That was pretty hilarious. Yeah, lost one Nolan casualties as well. Yeah. Let's get all the way back. So yeah, it's clearly forgotten about Roxy on the setup. Holding out. Oh. Round. So Will is back. Yeah, I lost my game. I also lost in casualties. It's brilliant. Oh. Yep. It looks like it. He's carrying on the leader to take the lead, I guess. So it's a Roxy zones with a 3 guard and a mighty blow. Personally, and leader I'll go on 4 guard, no mighty blow. Woof has gone. Oh, I think that's a misclick, Skiller. But the fixed call survives. He's gone for 4 guard. Big guys, I got a Blitzer and tackle mighty blow, and 1 Blitzer and then a block thrower and only 1 thrower. Yeah, 1+1. It's Roxy build, so you cannot really have more. But of course, you won the fame as well. Yeah, he did write that in chat, in our local chat. It got hidden by the player card, so he thought he selected somebody else. So he put the player in and thought he's clicked over to another player. But it happens for me as well, where you selected somebody and think you're deselected and selected somebody else, and then suddenly you're dodging. I think so with Roxy, because you only one bench, which with AV7 is pretty scarce. But if AV7 holds up as well as it did in my game, then he'll be fine.
Well, sometimes you can't rely on removals.
No, you cannot even rely on anything. That was a shit show, but at least it was a fast shit show. Until he decided to roll a lot of dice after the game was decided, which slightly annoyed me. But that's what it is.
It is what it is.
He could just have got the game over, in my opinion. But that's...
He was enjoying himself when you weren't, and I think we've all been on both ends of that at times, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But if it's been tabletop where you can see how annoyed the other person is, you will probably 9 out of 10 times just end that game. Just take the ball, either run right down and score, and just end the game and fill in the score sheet and go to the bar. and have a drink together instead. But this is online.
Yeah, though I do remember a tournament I went to where I ended up with a perfect record and came third because I hadn't been chasing the possible tiebreakers as hard as some of the other guys had.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, that's going to happen, isn't it? It's...
Yeah, and sometimes when you chase it, you still don't get it. I don't particularly... Yeah. That's it. It's not my style.
I think I had 3 goes at getting the foul I needed, and it didn't manage to happen.
So it's fair enough. But he could at least just scored instead of using all the extra time and doing nothing. But that's fine.
Yes, yeah.
It was not like I was clearly not really going to do anything after my beautiful one into handing him off the ball.
I'm just loading the client up, so at the moment I'm behind times with the stream.
Yeah, it's not happening much. It looks like the zone's attacking a bit. So they got the ball deep and have Roxy deep with the ball close to the ball as well. So if they need to speed it on, they can do that.
Did Roxy get that serve he was trying to set up?
Yeah, Woofbark has completely forgot he was playing against Roxy. So it was free serve. And she got it, but there was nothing happened. And then Woof managed to dodge the skillet, which nothing happened. Come on. No.
Now, this is clearly not a game that Woofbark likes the look of, is it? Khemri versus Amazons. Because in the coming down this Sunday, he's taken Amazons away from me. When Khemri is one of the squads he has, so it's a classic clash of styles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Low armor, but lots of dodge against lots of strength, but
you have to tag the mighty
ability.
blow, though, and the guard to get 3 dice. I don't think it's too bad for Khemri. The problem is it's screaming a draw all over it.
Yeah. It's really hard for either to stop the other, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah. So the Amazons might, because it depends on if Roxy can roll, but he got a block player and got enough guards, so it should be hard for even Roxy doing much in offense.
Yes, I think one of the keys here is keeping her safe for the second half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Using her if you need her, but if you don't, ideally just keep her out of the game and hope in the second half she can do her magic.
Yeah, and it's, to be fair, like, you can just offer I got offered Elfworld, but it doesn't matter if every 7 holds. And you also need to use Roxy, because otherwise 250 is a lot of money. If you...
Yes, to be sat doing nothing, it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's robbed you of rerolls and it's robbed you of equity all over the place. So she really has to pay off. But she's one of those key stars that really brings something to the team that otherwise Amazons just can't have, isn't she? So
yeah, and it's one of the stars for ones where all the skills kind of fit together. Yeah. So the synergy of her is amazing. It's just really interesting. It's an interesting choice. Like I had maybe liked him not attacking that girl, but leaving it back for a potential foul. That skillet. He got a bench of 3. I think he needs to foul the blitzers if he get them down. But
yeah, 87 is holding pretty good again, though, isn't it?
Yep. So, but it's interesting, like in tabletop, where you now have Carla von Kill and Sarah to choose from. So you can choose to go with the X Factor, more expensive X Factor in Roxy, or you can go for the player that gives you more of what you already have, but fits the money slightly better.
Yep.
With being 30k cheaper, really helps out a lot.
I've also quite liked. I mean, I'm not a halfling coach and probably never will be. I love my goblins, but I think halflings are just wrong. But I did see someone with the what's called the 2 dirty girls build.
Yeah, I tried this as well. The problem is you cannot get any rerolls. So if the chef has a bad day, you're pretty bad off. I'm not sure it's the best build.
For anyone in the chat, that's Zara and Carla.
Yeah. Colorful kill. Almost.
It's interesting. I thought they were trying to move away from the possibly IP breaking pop culture references. Oh. And then we had Bryce the Slice Campbell come in, didn't we? Which is obviously a Bruce Campbell reference.
Yeah. It's Link Garrett, it's me, Woofbark, and Elliot. Yeah.
So is this a vital game? Is this a decider?
Yes, it is now. Because Elliot won his game, I just lost mine. Should put a little J-Man logo on the stream. So it's and the problem is both clans. I think they have. Oh, so Armor 7 is passing again. Mighty Blow didn't do a thing. Straight in. It's the second game. Oh, come on, kill her. Yeah, that's nope. This is a completely biased commentary. By the way, I'm not going even to try to present anything.
So we're on the Khemri side, are we?
Yes.
Noted. The mighty blow Zon
I don't
Blitzer.
like.
I don't like that.
No,
but particularly if you've got Roxy to do your hitting.
And you need the guard in some matchup.
I think so, to support everything else you're trying to do. But you know, what do we know? We are but fools.
So just roll a POW and then the guard can get in. Otherwise you need to move another guard in. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Of course, Khemri can often cope without a skeleton or two, but losing a Tomb Guardian can be much, much more serious.
Yeah, that's bad. That is really bad news. What's we blitzing here? We need the Tomb Guardian. The other Tomb Guardian needs to support Mr.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's blitzing that Tomb Guardian. I thought he was blitzing him.
No, that's a go for it. I like this because of the guard. You don't get, and you can get hit on that silly mighty blow.
Yeah. So it means that the tackle can do its job.
Ooh la la. And again, mighty blow is not needed.
No.
Mighty
blow's a lie.
doesn't use the... What? What? Did he just accept the mighty... Did he just...
going dead, yes he did. On a badly hurt, wasn't it?
He has an Apo on a badly hurt. I'm confused.
That is a strange choice. Particularly as, of course, the Apoth can't be used on Zara, can it?
Nope.
I only ask because, you know, BB2 sometimes is implemented
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's... I'm pretty sure they make that correct.
So is he say it must be saving it for one of the guard pieces, I guess.
Yeah, but that's no... Oof.
But he's very thin on the bench, and that was a very key piece. So that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, that's a blotcher. Oh,
By
it might also...
I mean,
of course, the leader is probably also... if a leader...
okay, yeah.
But still... Well... It was a good turn with
a big love of a leader player.
Yes, I love it. I love to hit them time and time and again.
And maybe that's it. Maybe it's leader loss fear.
Yeah, it might be, but
it's a very hard decision to pass out what was going through his head there.
Yeah, and it's...
I mean, your key hitter, a nice blodge piece. You're low on numbers. It's an automatic work on the Epoth.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if we then see him gamble it on a serious injury or worse, that's going to be amusing. But it'll probably work, because these things happen.
No.
And tonight seems to be AV7's lucky night.
Yeah, oh, lovely. Have you guys put in the first round games yet? Talking about Woofbark.
No, I haven't, so I don't know if he has, but certainly Dio hasn't asked me for mine, so that, I guess, means that his isn't in either. To be honest, I've got other things slightly on my head. It looks like Saturday I've got a quarter-final in a Fumble Major coming up, so I'm trying to work out how I have any chance at all in that, after getting slightly monstered in the last 16 by a very nasty little goblin team.
Oh, you got a... Did they nibble at you?
Yes, 3 serious injuries in the first half, all missing.
Thank God for randomness. Good luck again, sir.
It's what makes it fun, isn't it? So in the end, I had to gamble the Apothecary on the 3rd missing, and luckily that did work. But it's leaving me very short looking for the semi-final against some enormous Dark Elves, quarter-final against some enormous-looking Dark Elves. Before I threw some money into the pot, they had a 500 TV advantage over me.
Oh my.
And I was 11 men versus 15.
That sounds like the perfect Amazon game to beat up some Nurgle. It's, surely he's blitzing the thrower now.
Yes, bad touch for Gente.
It's really hard with the... Woofbark is only a 1-thrower build. It's so tempting to almost leave that thrower on the bench just because losing
you have
it.
to be a bit careful of it, don't you?
But having
the sure hands.
But it's one of your few block pieces, so you cannot really either. Oh, it's so tough. You might even blitz with it now because you can get 2 dice on that leader. I don't hate that. But heck, getting tackled on Roxy.
Blitzrad's also in range to do the same, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the guard blitzer.
Which means you can use it as the assist, which would give it, you know, slightly more safety afterwards, maybe.
Yeah, like I lost my last round game. I needed to win. I lost my throw on doing a one dice blitz on the Orc ball carrier without block. No, he doesn't. He's not going to hand off that ball. I'll even be tempted to have left that zone alone. Because he's not going to try that handoff.
Not if there is any other option in the world, which there will be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... But that's some tempting option. You could also just 3 dice the guard in the bottom, and if it gets a power, you could get the tackle into some guard action, and getting some people in around Roxy and the ball, and force him to roll a lot of dice to get anywhere.
I mean, that looks favourite to me, but it's pretty bleak for Woof right now.
But also hitting the leader into more dice is also pretty chummy.
Yeah. I mean, I like that as an idea. See if we can take the leader out before the second half. But
yeah,
problem is, no matter how much pressure you put on Roxy,
yeah,
she
but
can just laugh,
you could
walk away, leap away. Anyway, she chooses to go. She's got agility 5 with dodge.
Actually, yeah, you can get both players in this way. You can you got right. Cool.
That's lovely. That was a lovely push there to get.
Oh, can he? Yeah, well, it's a guard.
Yeah, he can get twice on the ball, surely.
It's 1 die, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, though.
Yes, it is 1 die, but she's blockless.
Yeah, but you're also quite out of position if it doesn't work.
He's quite out of position already, I would suggest.
Yeah, missing a Tomb Guardian is not helping.
Yeah, 1 Tomb Guardian and 2 skeletons right round the back. And I'm not going to make a joke, because someone did pick me up on the fact that I've always said Amazons should wear more clothing, and then making jokes about going around the back of Roxy just doesn't seem right, does it? So Roxy just runs away forwards and then stalls up till she feels like scoring, unless something changes this. So is he going to go for the 1 die on 2 go for it? It's easy not to love that as an idea.
I think that kind of suggests he is doing it.
Yeah, me too, because that's good equity for pushing and for if it does go down, isn't it?
Oh, leader. Okay. Let's take the leader. Getting more in. Rocks, you need to block.
Get up in her face.
Now you go over and attack the other dude. Yeah. Dude it.
Yep.
And you have a block. You have some last seconds blocks.
The problem with this, with it being Roxy, she can of course just walk straight forward on 1 in 36s because she has dodge, or she could leap, though she shouldn't leap because you can't re-roll the leap. Well, you can, but 50% of the time you can't.
Yeah, but it still at least Roxy has to do something.
Yes, yes, and 1 in 36s do fail roughly 3% of the time. She's at least 3 of them away from being out of there, I think. Oh no, you could do it too, couldn't you? Go out sideways and then up the sideline.
Yeah, you can just go to the side. And you could even blitz and go straight over, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's going to do.
Ooh la la! That's
Well, there's that 1 in 36, but this time it came on the blitz, not on the dodge. He's got to try the reroll, hasn't he?
Oh, and it works on a 6. Gets another 6. Whoa.
Some days it's just not your dice. I'm sure there's some people in the channel thinking, but there are no dice. There are. It's just that you can't really affect them or worry about them. That's the point of that.
Oh, that's so close.
No, Squirrel Dude, I think that's all very 30 years ago. I once read a long blog about Amazons in underwear and how inappropriate I thought it. When we had one of our leading Amazon teams on Fumble was perpetually using player images that were really just over the line from being pornographic. And I just think surely we should be leaving those days behind. Now, I know you're a big lover of hugging the sideline.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few situations where it's okay, because it means that nobody can actually hit her.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, even if this dodge off fails, the skeleton can only base, it can't push. Oh, nothing
fine.
like a bit of high rolling.
It's fine.
I'm back. And they put the time and effort into making the skeletons on the sideline stand in a cool, racistly Egyptian way, and yet still only bothered, and animating one skin for chainsaws. It's confusing.
So what are you doing here? Are you blitzing a guard? Are you just hitting and then fouling that leader?
With the sort of size of bench he's got, I see no reason not to be dropping a foul in somewhere. And yes, I think the best thing to foul here is the leader.
Oh, are you actually running backwards and trying to do anything? Looks like he's actually falling back and trying to do stuff.
So if this ends in a draw, is there overtime to decide the matchup?
The round ends in a draw.
Right.
And I think we both have 2 wins and a loss, so draw probably fucks everybody.
Mutually assured destruction.
Yes. So now the only question if you're running the thrower back or you assisting. Yes, he could be lucky and Thernlow scoring and then
2 turning with Khemri. I mean, it's doable, particularly with a riot.
we just passed to a Tomb Guardian and then Tomb Guardian scores. What's the problem?
No part of that sounds difficult at all.
And he still got the throw. At least he didn't get sent off. That's the only positive to say about that foul. There's no overtime. Yeah, draw is a draw, and that will draw the round.
And would you be advocating trying to score quickly and give yourself 4 turns to turn them over? Try and go for that win?
Since that a loss is probably terrible for both of us, I probably will. But it's pretty shit. If you don't, especially if the Tomb Guardian doesn't come back and you don't hurt any souls.
Well, I mean, it will give you another roll at getting the Tomb Guardian back, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yes, it's hurting Zons now that seems key, doesn't it? With the Apothecary gone. No, the Apothecary isn't gone.
No,
but with
that's
a key
one player
Zon out.
Yeah.
There's no bench for the second half. At best, they've got 11. And if in any way you can take Roxy out, then that changes the maths.
Then the round draws.
Right, I think the rest of this half is the...
He got 2 turns. That's more than he could hope for.
Yeah. I guess he was terribly frightened of those midfield skeletons.
And you got it's terrible, but it's... Yep, then the round is a draw. In most team tournaments, you can play round draws. It was only Rebel that insisted on draws was not a thing. And Rebel is decided on that this season as well. So now Rebel rounds can be a draw as well. Rebel clan, that is.
Right.
And since I'm playing Amazon there, I'm happy to not having to play overtimes.
I played a season in a league where, in standard ordinary progression Blood Bowl, someone had banned all draws. So every game went to overtime if there wasn't a result. And I wasn't a huge fan.
It's also problematic because it's really hard to schedule. I hate having that uncertainty. You know pretty much that Blood Bowl 2 game is not taking more than an hour and a half at the longest.
Sure. but throw in overtime and it could suddenly be
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours and plus.
Right, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just going to check that my son is off to bed, and then I'll come back and have a look at the second half with you.
You're kidding me. Yeah, that's again yeah. We get that's I guess he could still get a 6. That's hand off, pass to Skillet, hand off to Blitzer and Blitz free. I'd probably just block. Yeah. Lots of pushes. Too bad he's not doing a one-turner. Okay, that's at least something for... That's at least something for Wolf's Khemri. And a KO. And an injury, oh la la. And we still got a good foul line.
Okay, so it seems like the miracle didn't happen, and I'm coming back to 1-0 still, but we're in the second half.
Yeah, it's even worse. So he put both his blitzers in scoring range, and Thernlow rolled 10-10 into Regen failed on the tackle mighty blow.
Yeah, tackle mighty blow is gone for the game.
But they just got a bribe, and he took out, roll a KO and a casualty on the line.
Yep, that's good news.
I think we'll probably see Woofbark hunkering down and just go for the draw, and letting the Amazons play aggressive to try to get a win.
I mean, there is the halfway house of trying to hunker down over the line,
Yeah.
over the halfway, and then see if you can kill Roxy, and if you can, try and push on quickly with 3 to 4 turns left. But
yeah, that's the
you're certainly not trying to 2-turn it or 3-turn it, are you? You're trying to get some equity up.
Yeah, and it's again, the opponent also know that a draws kind of fucks both teams, so he might also be willing to play more aggressive to not get into the draw. He knows him at this state, it's him that has to stop the draw.
Yep. Of course, if he pushes too much forwards, you know, that 1 in 4 misfield will see Roxy zoom through, looking to put more pressure on the ball.
Yeah.
It's a really, really big pickup coming out.
Oh, that's a nice little sneaky foul outfield.
Yep, 3 of 4 gone.
And now we know what the apple was for. It was for
Ah,
Agata.
yes.
Can he stay out of Roxy? He'll probably just hunker down outside of Roxy, so he can go one field more up now this turn. And then we'll probably see him stay there. I will thought about going 2 to the left, just to make it harder for the zones to swing in around in the middle, but it's probably not going to matter, because they will be pretty suicidal.
Zons can't try and push through and cut the ball off from the pack, can they?
You probably need to sacrifice Roxy down the middle then.
Yeah.
Because
and throw some go for it's in too. But it's you know, that'd be very, very aggressive play. But
he might have done it if it's been 0-0.
Yeah.
At least I will have been seriously looking at it at that state. I guess the only good thing about the apple's done is the guard will be there next turn as well. When the skeleton returns.
Are you suggesting he will refoul the same player?
No. It definitely helped that game plan. I think the game plan should be, no matter what, to try start fouling just to get up in numbers. Because again, if you lose 2-0, it doesn't really matter at this stage.
No. And the skeletons aren't that useful anyway. You can afford to lose one, even if the bribe didn't work or something.
Yeah.
But if you can remove a couple more Amazons, this could be on for looking to maybe turn them over and still get the win. I'm a great believer that if it's the only thing that's going to work, it's, you know, you've got to try.
Yeah, it's like, again, that's why with 3 turns left I decided to try 1 turn in the game before.
Yeah.
Because if it works, then I still had 2 turns to try to get the ball and score.
And then a blitz or a riot or something could have given you a really good chance at the draw.
But that's really good against the minimum 9 Ls,
right.
probably not.
Yeah,
but at least the game.
I'll downgrade that to a chance.
Yes, let's call it a chance. But again, a chance is better than no chance.
Absolutely. I'll take a bad plan over no plan at all.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of just sitting around for a while though as well. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's that's two. It's funny enough that works for both teams like Wood Elf and Bass teams. Just sitting around, just jumping a bit around without doing anything. Yeah, it did definitely. I think it'll be up to Thernlow and his Amazons to change that outlook.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I say do nothing. I mean, obviously what he did was screen off Roxy, screen off the leader, keep the guards back where they can bring them up into play if he decides he needs to.
Yeah.
So it was a sort of it wasn't as passive as it maybe looked.
No. And we'll probably see Woofbark tree dicing again with a.
It would be well, now that the mighty blow tackle's gone, surely that's the options.
Yeah, tree dicing and a line woman, so you can take both, so you don't have to reroll both downs. Yep. Making more 3+s. 3+ can in theory fail.
They certainly can. That's a 1 in 9 even with dodge.
Come on, little Skelly. Be a hero, Skelly. No.
Again, nice little pro move there, not fouling from the back, because cancelling the cancel, taking the +1 and you know, moving the equity forwards to put 2 skeletons in touch with that that naked line lady.
You could have argued for fouling from under it as well to make it harder for the Garter to disappear, because then the
to keep it if you don't break the armor, to keep it hemmed in, but surely you've got a plan on breaking the armor and getting what you want.
Yeah, and you might. Okay, it stays there.
So. Interesting.
Oh. Yeah,
and there's ways of it not staying there, depending where his blitz comes, but
yeah, maybe okay. So chaining it out.
Yeah, that's...
No. Look. Okay.
Oh, that's not what I expected, but it's worked, making it a good plan.
Depending on what happens with the skeleton blocks the Garter. If that skeleton rolls a power and KOs the Garter, then it was not a good plan. So that's actually that plan we need to wait a bit to see what happens.
Yeah, we need to wait and see if it was a good plan.
Is he going for the 2 dice? Or is he just going with the 1 dice? Is he putting Roxy in contact?
Surely he'll use the leader and put Roxy safe, but maybe not.
But that's only 1 dice.
Yeah.
Besides, if you just 3+ing, that's of course an option.
Yeah. He is taking the 2 dice on it.
He make that.
Now that's interesting. I thought that final line woman would be over on the other side of the pitch, forming a little bit of a screen. There is now a lovely space to try and advance into, particularly if you can get a power on that one that moved last.
Yeah, and you don't really mind too much now. The skeleton is, and that's a good foul target potentially as well. Because that would be that's minimum 2+ no matter what. You might even take the chance and put the ball carrier in as well.
Well, the ball carrier's got block, and that's a naked line woman, which would certainly be 2 to 2 red dice. So I see no reason, if you're going to foul it, not to have the ball assisting.
You could make a nice little pocket around it. You could also, okay, might even, okay, might even go for a pocket there instead.
Yeah.
12 into 6.
Yes, it's the dice at the wrong time, really, but yeah, at least the stun's there.
Yeah, this he's. I'm not completely sure which way Bufus wanted to go with this.
I thought I would be seeing a blitz through the central. Amazon.
Oh, and now the fouling piece is moving. Yes, now it's just moving up in between those.
Yeah.
You just brought him
no
up.
foul this time.
Oh, I would be tempting to have done the cheeky Doom Guardian. Just because this is fucked anyway. But it is better where it is. But I've been tempted to keep it to the side and just do the 2+ foul with it. And
I mean, that's a nice safe ball, but I felt either a cheeky good foul was on the cards there, or a bit more ball progress.
But got everybody free now, so Amazon can only blitz one.
Yeah. But also, they can move a lot of players around without any risk at all, and form a nice wall.
Yeah, but you're not too worried about that still. You got way too many turns to burn if you're just going for the draw, which you still should be thinking mainly.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point that looks to be where Wolf's heading, isn't it?
Yeah, if nothing again. That's why I potentially like have been staying and doing the foul, because you still need more removals to have a good shot at anything.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I thought the hit on the one he's surrounded with the Tomb Guardians would have been a nicer blitz. And then you got to set up for more assists on the one that was downed and fouled it. Numbers, numbers, numbers.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you know, from Thernlow's point of view, he doesn't even need to take the ball. Roxy doesn't have to leap in. If he can just wall those Khemri up and halt the advance, he wins.
Yeah, I hope he have enough to do a Roxy one, so you know if Khemri still scores.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tree dicing going on in the middle now on that zone.
Yes, there really is.
And then there's one more you can hit over there, advance a little bit. Again, you're not in a hurry yet. You still want to maximize your attempts to get rid of some of those annoying, noisy things.
I don't quite understand why that Amazon just stayed there. I mean, I suppose he's trying to arrest the drive, but...
And I'm not sure why he's... what the plan was with that skillet and then one dying. But it worked.
Yes. I haven't got it in me to say that was a good play on this time.
It almost looked like he put that skillet on the wrong zone.
Yeah, the wrong assist.
Yeah. I think he did.
Is it too cheeky of me to say I'm feeling a lot better about Sunday?
To be fair, I think it should be cooler Sunday. It might help.
Perhaps he knows I'm watching and this is all an elaborate double bluff.
This is yeah. There's been some interesting clicks from Woof today. And got a cheeky KO and getting put
Die,
pressure.
Amazon, die! But no.
But still, the cage is. I think he's going. I think he's putting guards in. Yeah, so he's moving up there. Other guard is surely coming. So he moves up there and can foul one of those two with a couple assists.
Is there a special event where AV7 suddenly counts as AV9 for a day? Does that happen?
It felt like it earlier today. Bloody AV7, go away.
Oh, yeah, all these POWs and still no sign of damage.
That's a bit damage, but yeah.
Yes, but, you know, when you're knocking Amazons over to this extent, you really are hoping you're going to see one or two go at least off the pitch.
Yeah, to be honest, my main problem was not being able to even get them up, get them down to the ground in my game.
There we are.
Good little ref, accepting the lovely bribe. I wonder if he needs to put that skeleton up. If he wants to try something, we could. I'm not sure I like the naked skillet alone with the guard blitzer. I'm not sure I love that. If he wants it to be safe, but on the other hand, you might get some Amazons coming in. So.
Yes, is this showing a bit of leg?
Guess the guard blitzer in the middle is making it alright. It looks like he's agreeing.
Okay, yeah,
Need a little bit reinforcement to that side to make it not too easy.
Well, now if you do want to cancel those assists so that you can do the one die and then come in with Roxy, you've got to be in a position where you can then be side surfed. So
yeah, but what you
that's
could
a lot less tempting.
Yeah, but what you can do is you can put one of your guarder around on the two guarders, and then you can blitz in with the guard blitz, and then it's actually quite easily two dice with Roxy from the square. If you adjust it.
Yes, this can be two die just needing a push.
Yeah, you can dodge one around. You can dodge the lineswoman around here to take out those assists and take the guard.
But then she's very surfable if it all goes wrong.
Yeah,
but
if the ball is free, then
not
it's
the end of the world, is it? Yeah. And I mean, personally, I would be taking it. I think this is a game-winning opportunity for the Amazons here.
Yeah, and you can dial it in quite fastly. You can just do the dodge first and see if it works. If the dodge works, you can put the guard over and around, and then you can do the two dice block. If that works, then you can do Roxy. You can even just dodge in with Roxy. You might do the blitz block first as well, I guess. And see if... but then you need to use the loan.
You can use both guards, and then you don't need any cancels until you've done the two die.
You still need this. That I don't like this. I think that's a bad solution.
Okay. Yeah, he's only cancelling one.
Yeah, I think you should have started with the dodge instead of just standing up. But he might be happy with one dice into two dice
because
against.
You could have. Yes, you could have done. Oh yeah, okay. Yes, I see what you mean.
But that's and I think I should. Yeah,
I would still have done it as you said. That first one that stood up, I'd have gone around, dodged her out, and cancelled the further back of the two assists.
Yeah,
even and then everything else the same would have given you a Roxy leap in with a.
And you go for it, and you could even have taken a go for it with her to cancel both in one, so you didn't have to put your leader in as well.
Yeah, and I mean, even if that had all worked, he was still looking at a one die into one die.
No, he's still looking to one die into two die, because he pretending where he was going to blitz from. No, it's been one die into one die because of the guards.
It wasn't it? One die into one die?
No, it's two dice against. Where is he blitzing from to get one die into one? Which of the two squares is he coming from? There's a guard on that corner.
Yeah.
I think that's not going to do any difference in my... I cannot see where that's going to do difference if you're going for the ball.
No, you're right, because of the... Yeah, because there's a guard on each corner. So yeah.
No, I cannot say what that was for. Besides just putting more pressure on, which it could have been.
And if the ball went down, it would have, you know, put some more pressure on where the ball went down. But you could have done that move after you hit the ball. I think there were much better plans that turn, unfortunately. On the plus side, from the Khemri point of view, it's saved what was a very tough position. Taken another elf off the pit, another Amazon off the pitch, and now there's an enormous chunk of space to move into should he choose to.
You could even just Kate. Oh, I was about to say, but then you cannot score next turn. It could have been tempting to just go for the hit on Roxana and see what happened. But you cannot score then in next turn.
Yes, you really.
And scoring in next turn is still going to be a little bit tough, so probably still the...
Do you head for the draw here? I mean, there's not a lot of Amazons left.
But there's
Roxy's 3 KOs to come back, though, and Roxy.
Yeah. I'm fine. Again, you want to see him using some players in trying to stop this drive.
Well, I mean, perhaps that's where I would have gone wrong, is I would have pushed Roxy in and I would have gone for the 2-die to virtually nothing if it failed, into red 2 if it failed, and tried to win the game. But it would probably have cost me Roxy, led to a Khemri score and the draw.
So where is he going, that Blitzera? Is he then just going straight up? That seems guard.
Why? Oh.
Yeah, I think the guard. I think
he's still aiming for the draw here, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Just securing the position and making sure the draw is nice and safe.
Yeah, potentially still like to move the cage or in the middle behind those 3 big guys.
Yeah.
But that's...
Oof. I've never loved turns where the ball moves backwards.
No, but it's a bit of a shitty situation.
Of course, he does have kick equity.
If we played with... If overtime was a thing. Ooh, I love the powder on a blitz, on a guard piece there. Surely need to follow that one up, Wolf, to keep pressure on her. Oh, but the draw is starting to look very likely.
Oh, nailed on, I'd have thought. But if he was set to score next turn now, with 4 Amazons out, even if all 3 KOs come back, it would have been 8 Amazons versus a full Khemri team.
No.
Plus, he can still put a foul in this turn, or he could have done if everyone hadn't moved.
Yeah. No, it's a draw and draw, which will mean the round draw and a draw. And then we will all be fucked. Yay!
Are you telling me that finishing, say, 8th isn't better than finishing 10th?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I did say to Wolf as well, there's no reason to... Like, it's up to him if you want to stop the draw with that first half.
Sure, that first half didn't help the situation, did it? Really hard to look at that second half thinking, I've got a good chance of winning this.
Yeah, it's bad enough you get Roxy for 120 time. It does help one less guard though. That's a lot of thinking.
It is. I mean, at this point, are the Amazons accepting the draw?
That's a good question. Like I said, it is. Also, it is at 1-9. That's pretty aggressive. He might have decided to go for. No, I was about to say he might have decided to go for trying to stop it, but I don't think he has.
I think he's keeping Roxy safe for a 1-turn, isn't he?
Yeah,
at
but
this point.
he's not really. He can move all the cages to the left and mark everybody up and still go for the 2 dice with the Tomb Guardian on Roxy, and taking both downs.
I think that's the move if you're trying to secure the draw, because at the moment the Amazons seem. I mean, even with that sort of aborted attack on the ball, they were so hesitant to bring Roxy into it that it looks like the Roxy 1-turn has been the plan for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's got his reroll. He's got his Roxy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's only a go for it with the Blitzra.
Does he even have enough Amazons to get the pushes he needs to get Roxy in range? I don't know.
Yeah, with the tree coming back, probably. I don't.
He'll need at least a few of them back, won't he? At least 2, I'd have thought. There's only 5, including Roxy, left on the pitch.
But to be fair, no matter what, even for just getting the draw, hitting Roxy is still a good option.
Yes.
So
Dead Roxy is a fun Roxy.
And just like stopping her from having any chances of doing anything.
Yeah.
Can I 1, 2, 3, 4? That seemed a bit. Needs to not. Guess that's alright. It's of course with the lack of movement, it's a bit interesting how you need to place them and still leave space for getting down to Roxy. There's some move ordering here that's a bit spicy. You kind of want to put that skill at. Yeah, you probably just need to put it there instead. But yeah, 3 turns, 2+ into. Gets the both down. And Roxy is fine. Can you foul Roxy? Yep. Surely you're going for that, Woofy. And you got a free reroll. Come on. Kill her. Ah. Boo. But there's definitely no problem with Roxy next to it. No, a stun is perfect. Fine. I still like to see Roxy die. That's also a good point, Gold Dude. She will be there turn 15 as well.
Certainly will, and I think something should be going into her face that turn 2, because the 1-turn is the only real problem at this point.
Oh, and now I can chain push the guard away. I was about to say, can surely not reroll that? Okay, we can. Okay, so now it's 5+ for 1 dice. But you use your last reroll on that? That's spicy. Makes the 5+. Gets to 1 dice. Oh my god.
Oh.
But no armor break. That was spicy. That was a 5+.
Yeah.
With no rerolls. Besides the dodge, of course.
No, I mean, having not committed so hard this half and kept that reroll safe to throw it in at this point, I thought was odd. To not use Roxy when She had some lovely odds I thought was odd, but it's all come good so far. So I'm a fool that knows nothing. But then I knew that anyway.
And of course, being I was about to say being a blotcher is slightly annoying, but you can just do that.
Yeah. Although, of course, godlike AV7, which has been switched on for today, has
it's not been.
hit that.
It's been a little bit worse, less godlike in this game. And again,
Yes.
my game was my main problem was actually knocking any of them down because I was
Right.
either rolling powers or both downs.
Yes, I perhaps shouldn't complain. We have got 4 injured Amazons and 3 KOs.
Yeah, don't. It's just the thing is using the reroll pre even doing the dodge is. Oof. I don't hate it. It's just.
Okay, I'm going to be positive and say I think he was saving everything for the Roxy 1 turn, and then when the numbers got so bad that started to look really unlikely, he thought he'd throw it in and see if he got lucky.
Yeah.
And did. So I think that's probably the thought process there.
Good and oof.
Lovely 4+ pickup, nicely in range.
And you need to fire Roxy again, even if it's slightly not great because it's straight on 1 dice if it doesn't work. But it works, and she's dead.
Yeah, it's worse than that. She's dead, Jim.
It does leave him with a 5, potentially 5+ again, I'll imagine.
For 2 reds, yep.
No, for 1 dice.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it, yes.
If you can switch that Tomb Guardian around.
Or just a 3+.
Oh, that way.
5+ that way,
yeah. That didn't work.
Didn't work. That's the way I would have gone it. So I actually liked that plan, which is nice to say.
Yeah, it was good. And
It
with
failed.
block, but it's
There we
probably
are.
alright since the first 5.
The plan I didn't like worked. The plan I didn't like worked fine. The plan I liked failed. As always. And nothing. Well, 1-1. What a thriller. Even with a riot, we're not going to see 6 ladies do much here, are we?
Yeah, Roxy is out, so no. I know with the riot it's still tough. And no reroll, it's such a long way.
It really is.
And 2 turns, it's a bit better than Khemri, but it's still not great.
I mean, it's a long way for a lady to go, and the ball has to go even further, so...
Yep.
I suppose you've got to set up for the right here, haven't you? Yes. All ladies to the left.
Yep, screwing both, but there's no way Wolf could play out to win this one after that first half. Even got his reroll back.
Of course, he was +2, wasn't he?
+1.
Okay.
My opponent was +2.
Yeah.
If you're going to do anything here, then at least knock down Tomb Guardian and foul it just for the sheer sake of doing it. He's going for the easy cast instead. Boo. Boo.
Well, those SPPs are important in Resurrection format.
And it might be a tiebreak. I frequently forget. And he gets a cast. And a regen failed. Still losing this cast battle.
Ending on a smile.
Yeah. And yeah, Tram, thank you for the round. It was a weird one.
Right, I've got a zip. We actually are supposedly finally getting around to doing another one of our Fumble podcasts tonight. So
say hello to my
anyone that enjoys listening to those, that'll be bouncing around in the next day or two. I'll speak to you soon, Cole.
Yeah, speak to you soon. Thanks for stopping by.
That's all right. I felt you need a little bit of cheering up, and I thought I could possibly offer that. Not that that was the cheeriest of games, but hey, we got there. We got through it.
It was more cheery